LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga takes you from episode 1 through episode 6, each episode having 6 chapters each, so that's 36 levels total. You can play the episodes in any order you choose, and if you aren't too fond of a particular movie, I'd actually recommend skipping it because you're probably not missing anything, other than episode 1, because episode 1 is hands down the best section in this entire game. My entire playthrough of episode 1, I thought this was it. This was going to be the LEGO game to make me like LEGO games. The lightsabers were fun, the levels were colorful and varied, there was pod racing, jungles, I had so much fun. And then the game quickly went downhill with the usual boring LEGO formula for the rest of the game. LEGO Star Wars and LEGO games in general make the mistake of keeping the game stationary. It keeps you stuck in spots way too long. They try to be a 3D platformer with mechanics that just aren't fun enough for that type of game. The jumping isn't satisfying, puzzles aren't satisfying. I'd rather LEGO just deliver the movie experience and scrap this unfun formula of get to a room, let us annoy you for a few minutes and then move on. You're stuck going left, right, up and down, when these games would benefit greatly from a more action-adventure style like Uncharted where the game is constantly moving forward and breaks aren't just a lame puzzle. I'd like to see them have to rely on storytelling and environment rather than cheap time-waster tactics because they ultimately feel insecure with what they have to offer with their games. The gameplay is shallow, unengaging, and a drag. They rely on the grind to justify money spent rather than an overall quality experience. This is apparent with their famous locked-off collectibles that require another playthrough to get. I'd rather have fun with a game non-stop for 3 hours than have 20 hours of monotony. The game does all it can to slow you down. Of course you have to switch through characters to do certain tasks, but these tasks are stacked on top of each other, which makes it feel more like a nuisance than a clever mechanic to increase immersion. But that isn't all this game does to slow you down. When you're trying to figure out puzzles, you have to deal with an endless wave of enemies multiple times. If you get hit while you're trying to put a piece together, it breaks and you have to start again and again and again. This happens way too frequently. I do ultimately appreciate LEGO games for sharing great stories all in one go. I just wish they'd find a way to make them fun so that people who aren't a fan of the license can enjoy these games too. And I believe a super linear adventure style is the way to go. Ditch the open rooms, give me a path, and let me destroy and build on my way to the finish line. LEGO Star Wars is full of familiar characters, but if you're not a fan of the movie, there's just no reason to play this game. For what it is, an adventure platformer, 7.5 out of 10. As an overall game, 7.5 out of 10.